2, 16th. Aaron Page in the 5, 17th. 1 of Nick Arnold, 18th. Richie Crane in the 7-11, 19th. Devon Camenga in the 110, 20th. And it's Matt Roberts in the 8R. Jimmy Normoyle in the 22, or in the 7N. He'll start 22nd. Jason Meltz in the 51 will start 23rd. And Ernie Staelens will round out your field. 24 cars strong, 30 laps of distance. The second time we're going to do it tonight. It's the green flag.
Two more features to go. 350 each will be up next. King of Dirt. Pro Stock's on the track right now. Let's see if Yetman can double up tonight. Green means go. We'll take it down to turn number 1. Gus Hollner, your early leader. It's a traffic jam. Boy, is that a traffic jam. Looks like the Jersey Turnpike on a Friday afternoon in the summer.
Well, that's just 5 wide going through turn number 1 and 2.
It sure was.
Matt Roberts goes around. He gets it back rolling as they come off of turn number 2. And we got a car around. Looks like
could that be older?
Dan Older.
That's what I think is older.
And that, my friends, unfortunately, is what we call going from the penthouse to the outhouse.
I took it, Jerry.
Leading lap, starting on the pole, going all the way back to the rear of the field due to the spin. A tough break for Dan Older. He's had a tough night. Oh, and they were Cardinals.
The Cardinals? What about them?
Yeah.
Your Cardinals?
New logo.
I saw it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. It looks like I went.
I thought it was the Arizona Cardinals. I thought it was like a football team.
I thought it was Ball State.
Ah, okay.
But anyway, we're going back to racing.
We are.
Corner. Gus Hollner going to lead him off at turn number 4.
We have to do Plattsburgh swing at least once a night, so here we go.
Exactly. And, hey, Cousin Luke's got to the front.
I don't mean to laugh. That's not a sarcastic laugh. It's an about time laugh for Cousin Luke, as he has seen nothing but traffic in front of him the whole night tonight. Leads it here in lap number 2. Uh-oh. Little crowd in the back.
They bring him down up off of turn number 4, and here comes Rob Yetman and Nick Stone. They started 10th and 12th on the grid. They're already up to 4th and 5th so far. So these two,
you ever get the sense that Cousin Luke just ain't meant to have a good night? You know.
Well,
I mean,
if we have another caution, I got an interesting story to tell about that. But they come off with turn number 3 and 4 now this time. Here comes Mike White trying to hold his ground, but Rob Yetman, the big cat, is on the way as they work their way down the front stretch. And him and Nick Stone are putting on a show up at the front of the field right now.
Wow, look at this battle up front. We got 4 cars for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're all right there. Look at them back for 7th on back. It's anybody's race back there. Up front, though, it is still Cousin Luke leading the way. Gus Hollner 2nd. Mikey, wait. Where's he?
He's 3rd.
Wow, that's what it says on my sheet. I don't believe it.
For now. Here comes
Yetman. Okay.
Coming down the front straightaway. Nick Stone right there. Racing Jason Casey going to get involved in this as well as they push up to the corner.
The contact there as Nick Stone got turned. Oh, yeah, got turned around. That actually launched him down the back straightaway. He swept by 2 cars. He is up to number 3 position.
He just blew by Yetman like he was standing still off the corner, but here comes Yetman trying to dial it back on the inside lane as they come down side by side. But Nick Stone up to the number 3 spot as the Manimal working it hard as he tries to go to work on Gus Hollner.
Well, this is going on. Cousin Luke is getting some breathing room, but he's got 25 laps to go, so it's a long way to go.
Working him down the backstretch.
So who's Matt Shepard's not in this race?
Yeah, right. Spots 2, 3, and 4 right together as they go down off of turn number 3 and 4. Yetman side by side with Nick Stone as they come down the front stretch. And one thing that's a little different, this is the slickest track they've seen all night.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting till the 358s.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
It's going to be different.
They'll come off the corner, and now Nick Stone working on Gus Hollner. Rob Yetman may just be sitting back and waiting and biding his time with a lot of time left to go here with 24 laps remaining.
Kenny Martin back there at 5th. He's challenging Yetman between 3 and 4. Kenny's working the inside.
Kenny Martin trying to bring him off at turn number 4 that time, trying to make a bid on Yetman. And Crazy Kenny looking for one of these KOD events as well, as he picked up one earlier this year at the Albany Saratoga Speedway in what was a wild celebration. I'll leave it at that.
Dumblewski up to number 7 position, and then Kim Duell trying to follow him right up through.
Shane Henderson on his way up as well. Mike Welch. We talked about those 3 guys starting in those 3 spots. Welch just hasn't seemed to be able to go anywhere yet.
Welch seems to get going leader, like the last race. He wasn't anywhere, and all of a sudden he turned up in the top 5 at the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he was really out left field most of that race, but he just picked him up at the end. Look at this battle down the back straightaway.
Rob Yetman just got a great run down the middle up off of turn number 2. He moves into the number 3 spot and going to go high up on the outside of the cushion, side by side with Kenny Martin. Martin's still digging on the inside, but Yetman right now going to get right back by him, and he's on behind the podium spot right now.
Almost gone. Gus Hollner has fallen back to the number 5 position. 6 is Dumblewski, Mike White 7th, Kim Duell, Jason Casey, and Mike Welch now round out the top 10. So Welch isn't one of these flashy drivers. He just needs to pick them off one at a time and all of a sudden say, how'd he get there?
A little slower traffic going to come dead ahead of your leaders this time up off of turn number 4 as Cousin Luke going to catch the back bumper of Matt Roberts and early Staelens here in just about a few seconds.
That's a whole new body for Ernie. Might be a new car.
I was just thinking that. I remember last time I was here, Ernie's that body was not like that.
Yeah, it's a different shape. So maybe he got a new body this week. Jerry Brooks is hoping he got new numbers because on that one side of the car there's no numbers on it.
Working it up off of turn number 4, and Nick Stone starting to close in on Cousin Luke. And wow, Luke just split the middle.
Luke's got to do that because if he doesn't, ooh, baby.
And that little bobble might help Nick Stone out a little bit.
A ton. Now Nick Stone to the inside, down the back straightaway. Cousin Luke says, come on, don't do this to me, guys. As he's going to go around September 12, 13 will be halfway. No, it's a 30 lapper, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, I thought it was 25.
It's okay.
Don't know why I thought it was 25. Everything's 30 tonight, except next feature, which is 35.
Field working is
so much for that logic.
It happens.
It does.
Nick Stone that time going to get a great run off of turn number 2, and the Manimal going to go to the front. He'll be your new race leader down the back straightaway, but Cousin Luke's not going to go down without a fighting. He might be faster in traffic.
Let's see.
It's a possibility.
There's no traffic ahead, though. No, there's really. It'll be a long time to get there.
But he's got a car in front of him, is what I meant.
Okay.
Rob Yetman still pedaling up in the number 3 spot. Nick Stone rolling it back down, almost touching, coming off of turn number 2 that time as the 2H of Horny working the bottom side, but Stone way out in front of this one, and the top 4 starting to break away from the rest of the field.
Yep, they certainly are. You got Nick Stone, Luke Horny, Rob Yetman, and Kenny Martin, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Dumblewski up to the number 5 spot.
We got one feature left, right?
Gus Hollner sitting one spot out of the top 5 run. Mike Welch, as you said, picking up one by one up to 7th. Still has 15 laps to go as we're going to see the halfway sign next time by. 15 in, 15 remain for the Manimal Nick Stone, but you can bet this is not over yet by any stretch of imagination.
Nope, it isn't. And again, some of these guys are looking for a yellow flag. They need one. Top 3 don't, but everybody behind them does.
You realize there used to be a flagger.
Down up off of turn number 1 and 2 this time. The 27 of Nick Stone still out in front. And now Dumblewski going to make a bid on the 93 of Martin down the back straightaway. That Napa Auto Parts car number 7 machine pushing to the inside. Kenny Martin's not giving up that lane that easy, though.
Nope. Look at the back straightaway. Kim Duell trying to pick up some spots with side-by-side with Casey for the number 9th and 10th positions. Mike Welch trying to roll up on the back end of the number 715 of Gus Hollner trying to get up in the number 6 position. Meanwhile, side-by-side down the back straightaway, Dumblewski and Kenny Martin. Dumblewski with an edge going into turn number 3 as they fight for 4th and 5th.
Those two still going at it. Cousin Luke now losing some more ground to the 27 and gaining ground on Cousin Luke is the 7 of Rob Yetman. He's starting to close in on him, finding something on the top side as that battle continues, that 2-car battle between Dumblewski and Martin. And now Mike Walsh starting to pick up Gus Hollner. Looks like he's going to get him off the corner. He sits one spot out of the top 5 run now here with just 13 to go.
Got a long way to go to catch Dumblewski, or Martin, who are 4th and 5th right now. So got some real estate to make up. And we're going to come down to complete lap number 18, 12 laps to go. Yetman now putting the heat on Cousin Luke as they go to turn number 1.
He got by him for a split second up off of turn number 4, but just couldn't hold it. His Cousin Luke, I think, may have a little bit more straightaway speed at that point.
Well, Dumblewski now up to 4th place. He's trying to set his sights on either 2nd and 3rd. We got a car in trouble high in turn number 1.
That's racing Jason Casey in the 324. He's going to come to a stop, and that's going to bring yellow out onto the speedway. And oh boy, does that change the complexion of this event.
It's old baby. Home. This is what happens when I get really tired.
12 laps left remaining here in this Pro Stock feature event.
10th of September. So check that out. 4 o'clock start time. What going in? Plus Super Dirt Week with the Coal Cup and the Dirt Car Sportsman and the 358 Modifieds.
It's coming up.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. That's right. Super Dirt Week.
It's like bad food on an airline. It's coming up.
It's coming up. Super Dirt
Green flag back out onto the speedway after that one, thank God. Green flag rolls up into turn number 1 and 2. Cousin Luke going to take another shot at Nick Stone. Up off the corner, Yetman on the bottom, which is not where he's been throughout the event. And up off the corner, they're side by side. Who's going to win the drag race?
Well, Dumblewski is looking at Yetman down the back straightaway. Stone and Horning in front. Here comes Yetman down the bottom. Oh, baby, he's going to go from third to second. Somebody had to say it.
Up off the corner. Now they're 3 wide for the number 2 spot. What a battle this is behind Nick Stone. I'll tell you, Pro Stock's some of the most fun you can watch at a racetrack, and they're proving it. Going around up in turn number 3 and from 1 and 2. The 27 of Stone goes around, and that's going to bring Yellow out onto the speedway.
What happened there?
He just went around.
By himself?
Looked like he just lost it up in turn number 2. A tough break for the driver of the Stone Motorsports car, number 27, Machine, who looked like he was the driver to beat here in this feature event tonight. Hard to tell with 11 to go still, but that Stone Trailer Repair RCT Roofing.
The back end needs a little repair.
Yes. Yes, it does.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yes, it could have.
Well, Kim Duell must have got a piece of that because Kim's limping down the front straightaway.
He is.
The left foot.
4 right now. Almost 3 wide down the front stretch. A great battle right behind Nick Stone. And a good job by Cousin Luke to get up to the outside. They rolled through the corner.
Maybe Yetman got into
him, but
it was just sliding. It wasn't an aggressive mood.
He just kind of slip-slided up into him a little bit, and that was just enough to send him around.
He needs to see this. All right, they're replaying it now. That's a tough call on that one.
If this was a heavy track, I'd say, well, but it's a slick track. It's a whole different world.
Right.
But I'm just the announcer.
Me too.
One of them.
Me too.
One of 3. Just my job to talk.
To the rear of the field for his actions in the incident. So Rob Yetman sent to the rear of the field. And that's a tough break for the 7, and that gives...
Hey, thank you for that replay, whoever has that.
And remember how we said about Cousin Luke, maybe not destined to have a good night?
Maybe he's going to be destined to have a good night.
However, I think one of the best cars on the racetrack is sitting right behind him.
Yep. Chuck Dumblewski now sits in 2nd. Kenny Martin is 3rd. Mike Welch 4th. Byron Wescott 5th. Mike White 6th.
9.
John Routhier back in the number 7 spot.
110.
Jay Casey 10th. Nick Arnold 11th.
Car.
Oh, wow. I just noticed that. Yeah, you're not kidding.
As long as they tuck up in line.
Hey, Mike.
22, you're going outside of the 9.
Super Derby's coming up.
Field working its way down the back straightaway. We're going to go back to green flag racing here. 11 laps left remaining. Cousin Luke Horning, Chucky Dumblewski up off of turn number 3 and 4. We'll go back to green flag racing here once again. 11 laps remaining. We're back under green.
Well, I'll figure out where Yetman is because he doesn't show up on my chart, so I'll have to figure out where he is on the field, see how many positions he can pick up by the end of this race. Jam up there for the 3, 4, and 5 spot. Whoa, Wescott had to back out with the 0-0.
20, Jerry Brooks. You got him?
Down the back stretch they rolled. Now Dumblewski going to be your new race leader as they bring him up off the corner. Kenny Martin and Mike Welch side by side, and I realized 2 cars got knocked out of it, but all of a sudden here's Mike Welch in the top 3.
Yep, and Dumblewski takes the lead at the start-finish line as he rolls across on lap number 20.
So 10 laps left remaining. Dumblewski up to the front of the field now as he works his way down the backstretch. Top 5 single file, top 4 single file that is, until John Routhier now working on the 0-0 Byron Wescott through turn number 3 and 4.
Off the turn they come as Dumblewski leading the way. Has he had any success in the King of the Dirt Series?
He's had good runs. He definitely had good runs.
How about W's?
No.
No wins, huh?
I have to go back through and check, but I'm pretty sure not.
Pretty sure not, okay. Up front, though, there's going to be Cousin Luke in 2nd, and Mike Welch We talked about him earlier in the race. He's a stealthy type of driver, just under the radar. And now he's up in the number 2 spot with 8 laps to go.
The 00 moving into the runner-up position. Cousin Luke trying to fight him off. Just doesn't seem to have enough on the top side. And right now, Welch keeping it locked down on the bottom. But one thing that's might be a little different. Welch has picked off everybody on the bottom so far in these last 10 laps.
Cousin Luke was right by his back on the inside. And Welch says, oops, I got to get going again.
What I was beginning to say is now that Welch is going to the high side and Luke trying something low, Dumblewski's been running low in the corner, so Welch is going to have to try something different to get by the leader anyway.
Well, back in the number 4 spot, Kenny Martin, top 5 is Wescott. So, got some different names here running in the top 5. Where's Yetman? Is he picking them up too? Well, he's coming up slowly, but he's got a way to go yet. Oh, this may be a big move off too for Yetman.
He's got Nick Stone right behind him too as they roll down the back straightaway. Yetman can still salvage probably a top 10 out of this, no problem here with 7 to go. Field rolls off turn number 4. Dumblewski will take the click-off lap number 24 here. 6 laps remaining. Mike Walsh still working the outside of Cousin Luke Horning. This battle between the 2H and the 00 really starting to heat up.
It is, and again, the 2H now goes back into the number 2 spot. His time is ticking away. 5 laps to go. Look at his back coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway. 3 rows of 3 fighting for position.
Field works its way down the front stretch here. 5 laps remaining for Chucky Dumblewski. Has now a 2-car battle right behind him. Still continues as Mike Welch really trying to push on the outside lane. Cousin Luke right there for that number 2 spot though, and he's driving away from Welch, kind of surprisingly actually.
Yeah, but Dumblewski, hey, looking pretty darn good. Yeah, we don't think, we know that Dumblewski's never won here at the Speedway, so this could be a first for him with 4 laps to go.
Dumblewski, looking for his first win at the Action Track of the East, has picked up wins out at the Fonda Speedway, has picked up wins out at the Albany-Saratoga Speedway. I think I should add Glen Ridge to that list as well. But right now, Dumblewski looking to hold on through turn number 3 and 4.
John Routhier,
trying to pick this up.
Hey, John Routhier is up to 4th place. Nice run.
Good run for Routhier. Routhier, the pilot out of the Lebanon Valley Speedway here with just 3 laps left remaining. Going to bring him down through turn number 1 and 2. And close call for Mike Welch right there.
Well, Mike Welch is, I don't think he's going to be able to come up with that number 2 spot, but it looks like he's got a podium finish if he just hits his marks the rest of the way.
The field going to work it down. 2 laps left to go here in this King of Dirt Pro Stock feature event as they bring him off by turn number 3 and 4. Cousin Luke trying to throw everything but the kitchen sink to try to get by Dumblewski. He was close to him a couple laps ago, but probably not going to be enough here as Dumblewski seems to have this one in control.
2 more laps to go as Dumblewski comes off of turn number 2, stretches it out again. Back there in that number 2 position continues to be Cousin Luke. Mike Welch, the big winner here this year on the regular Sunday night racing action, sits back in the 3 spot. White flag is out one more time around, and all we'll have left is 35 laps of racing action for the King of Dirt 358s as they'll be out trackside momentarily.
Field works its way down the back stretch for the final time. The number 7, a Chucky Dumblewski, going to look to pick up this victory as they bring him off the corner. Checkered flag is out. Chucky Dumblewski will pick up the win here tonight. So Dumblewski picks up the win. Second will be Horning. Third will be Mike Welch. Fourth, Jonathan Routhier. Rounding out your top 5 will be Byron Wescott.
Kenny Martin comes home 6th. Nick Arnold 7th. Nick Stone 8th. Rob Yetman 9th. Shane Henderson 10th. Dan Older 11th. Rick Crane 12th. Jay Casey 13th. 14th. Andrew Walters and the rest of the field. Check out our story on UTICASpeedway.com. So, one more feature to go. The 358s will be announced. King of the 358s. Competitive field ready to take to the Speedway.
Yeah, I'm going to redo it right now. What's the problem? Ooh. It's a little chilly out there.
Interesting lineup. I'm looking at the feature chart for the 358 racers. Redraw created some interesting situations. Well, Mike and Mike. Mike and Mike. First time it hit me. Mike and Mike.
I have a 358.
You get paid a lot less than those guys, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's right. You got a lineup? I got one.
You have 1 or 2?
I just got, I had 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
that'll help.
I got one now. Makes it easier when I sit down and start writing tomorrow morning. Or maybe this morning, I don't know.
I got to run down and pay off.
Yeah.
So check Dumblewski down there, and there's Mike Warren, trackside.
Well, thank you, Bill. The Altery's Landscaping and Snowplowing number 7 is Shucky Dumblewski. First time in victory lane here at the Utica Rome Speedway. Picks up the win tonight down here in DKM Fabrications Victory Lane, brought to you by Free Graphics down here in front. Up out of the car, the winner of tonight's Pro Stock feature event, Shucky Dumblewski, picking up a big win. As soon as Chuck comes around, we will get a quick word with him as he's going to make his way over. And Chuck, you know, we were saying about halfway through the race, hey, he's coming. He's picking them off one by one, and he got the pass on Cousin Luke to pick up the victory here tonight, a big one for you.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the car was quick. I kind of got a little, they put me back there at the beginning, and I don't think they should have, but anyways, I came up through. I knew the car was fast. I didn't know if I had anything for Luke, but boy, it feels great with this car.
I know you got a lot of people you'd like to thank here on your first KOD win.
I mean, my whole crew, my Uncle Pete, John, my dad, Matt. I couldn't do it without him. Paul Abling, Jr., Senior.
All right, Chuck, congratulations. Chuck Dumblewski picking up the win here in tonight's Pro Stock feature event. Come over and talk to our second place finisher. And, you know, we may mention many times, I think you passed more cars than anybody tonight, but a big second place finish for you out here in the second feature.
Yeah, you know, the car was very good. My guys did good, but man, very disappointed in Rob Yetman. You know, that's the same stuff he was complaining about last week and the last time we had the KOD race here. He said on Victory Lane, and I quote, I could have used him up like he used me up. And man, he was using us up out there, coming in on the bottom, sliding up across the track, and I'm very happy they put him to the back. You know, I've had my doubts with, you know, this series a couple times with some of the calls, and that's definitely put some faith back in it for me because he's one of the top guys, and it shows that we'll put people to the back. It makes me very happy. So, you know, just a big kudos to Rob Hazer on, you know, me making that call because I'm sure that came from him. And, you know, I was very disappointed when they said 7Y should be in second. I was like, man, he just caused that. He's been being a dirtbag the whole race, and then put him to the back. I was very happy.
I know you got some people you'd like to thank to help you get this car here each and every week, too.
Yeah, why are you smiling? STR, you know, he puts tires on the car, Bobco Video, Normoyle Photography, really just my crew, Darren, Nancy, Tucker. They've done really good. Kevin takes care of my tires during the week, you know. That's what matters, you know.
All right, Luke, congratulations. Cousin Luke Horning with the second place finish, and we're going to get Mike Welch in here for the picture here right away. So that'll do it here for down in Victory Lane. One more feature here to go. 35 laps for the small box coming up next. We'll send it back up top to Mike and Bill. Well, thanks, Mike. So Victory Lane wrapping up down there again. 35 laps for the King of Dirt 358 Modifieds up next. And interesting starting lineup, as Bill said a little moments ago, as we get ready for the nightcap. Again, big thanks to all you folks hanging strong with us. A lot of racing action here tonight, and we've tried to keep it non-stop once we got the green flag rolling. And we've seen some very good features, and I have no doubt that this next one is going to be just as good as well. Track has definitely changed since the last time these cars were on the track. Wide, slippery, with a big old cushion up there on the top. So we'll see how that all plays out, as we've got 29 cars scheduled to go to the green here in this main event. And we've got some heavy hitters going from the back of the pack, and that will have to work their way up through to get their way to the front.